I have a number of colleagues doing some incredibly interesting work in a variety of different areas concerning financial markets and political economy. And on the basis of that, we've actually just recently launched a new master's program in financial markets and a second one about to be launched in markets, finance and organizations. And for these programs, the FT will be absolutely fundamental and central. And more widely in our teaching, we use FT on all our programs. We sometimes have seminars. We quite regularly use seminars in which we actually present FT articles and get people to discuss things. We always try to keep our students aware of what's going on. Our focus is very much on current affairs. Our focus is very much on global issues. And for those reasons, the FT is absolutely essential. Well, I find a couple of features incredibly useful. The Lex column is incredibly useful because it really highlights some of the key issues going on at any one time. And the FT videos are fantastic because just within a few minutes you can learn masses, and we sometimes show some of these video clips to our students. In terms of journalists, there's quite a wide range of people, including people like Michael Skapinka, John Authors, Naomi Shragai, and a number of others who are doing incredibly important work and which we try and alert our students to on a regular basis. With undergraduates, it's really important to get people interested in what's going on out in the world out there. And from an employability point of view, which students are really keen on, you've got to know what's going on in the world. If you go for a job interview and you have no clue of what's going on in current affairs and modern finance, you're not going to stand much of a chance. So we very much encourage our undergraduates to work with the FT as much as they can. That applies much the same with master's students. And then of course with doctoral students it might be much more specific technical applications which they might be using depending on the particular focus of their doctorate. Well, the FT helps students to become more literate in all kinds of ways, and the range is enormous. On the one hand, you have an understanding of global politics and issues that are going on in the world, and on the other end of the spectrum, you have highly technical issues around how markets work, how finances operate. So I think those kinds of skills, which are very important for students in terms of their employability and in terms of their capacity to do work when they get out of university, those are really crucial. It's very clear when students are using FT.com, their skills, their understanding, their repertoire increases massively. If they're not using it, they're going to be falling behind. They're not really going to be understanding what's going on in these important areas. The FT Management Education section is also incredibly useful. Working in a school of management, it's so important to find out what's going on in the world of education, and in particular business education. And this particular section in the FT is fantastically interesting. It's got all kinds of things about what's going on elsewhere in the business school world. So I would thoroughly recommend that.